And then the harbingers appeared in America. So could the sign of Baal that accompanied the harbingers in ancient times come to America, identifying America as the nation in wholesale apostasy and progressing to judgment? The answer will be revealed with a yes. But there is a precursor of what I'm going to share with you today. Remember, one of the signs of Baal was the manifestation of an image of a bull. The image of a bull in molten metal. Baal was the god of increase and gain. During America's departure from God, an image was set up in New York City in the heart of its financial section, the place devoted to gain. It was this. You can put that up. In the Bible, an image of a molten bull was an image of Baal. And it was linked, whether bull or calf, was linked to the departure of a nation from God. So it was to represent, of course, they didn't intend that, they never do, but that's what it is. And it was to represent a nation's prosperity, America's financial power, gain, increase, which was also a symbol, was linked to Baal, a nation turning away from God. Could there have been even a more precise sign linked to Baal in America? Again, it would seem to go against the odds. Would anything linked to an ancient Canaanite god, long hidden in the dust, appear in America? A god that most people don't even know about unless they read the Bible. But now the sign of Baal has manifested on American soil, the Harbinger of Baal. It took place less than 2 weeks from when I'm doing this message ago. It was originally planned for last spring. There was an uproar that may have caused it, we don't know, to be canceled. This time it happened almost in secret, it seemed. A month before, a little announcement appeared, little fanfare, that something was going to happen in New York City. So we went down. The sign of Baal, a recreation of something that stood in the Middle East, literally from the Middle East. In the Middle Eastern ancient city of Palmyra, a major center of Baal worship, a city that had two major main temples of Baal, one called the Temple of Baal Shamim or Baal Shamim, the Baal of the heavens, the other called the Temple of Baal, or just another name, or the Temple of Baal, same word, another version, or rather, of his name. In the middle of the two temples of Baal stood an ancient arch, the arch by which the worshipers of Baal would enter through, the arch by which they would enter through to approach and worship Baal in the temple of Baal. It was this arch leading to the temple of Baal that was in the center of both, representing both temples. In at least with what happened in New York City, it represented all of it, both temples. It was that arch that led to the Temple of Baal that was erected on American soil on September 19th, 2016. It was unveiled. The ceremony took place in Manhattan, New York City, right outside City Hall, the place of government, in the City Hall Park. As I mentioned, I went down to witness it with Scott Pinto to record. A rainy Monday afternoon. There were some dignitaries there, some media people recording it. A few believers were scattered in the crowd to witness it. The arch was veiled, covered in sheets. That's the arch in the back, covered in sheets. At the base of the arch was a plate that read, Temple of Baal, or meaning Temple of Baal. The plate was right there. That's not a thing from the internet. That has rain on it. That was right at the side of that arch. To accompany the unveiling, they were playing Middle Eastern music by which one could imagine could be played at the worship of Baal. And here it was, New York City, where there were two speakers, one a man linked to the project doing it, who spoke almost entirely of making a point that the arch to the Temple of Baal, more than any place in the world, belonged in New York City. That New York City was the Palmyra, which was the major center of Baal worship, of the modern world. And it matched, as Baal was linked to the desire for gain, prosperity, fertility. So New York City is the financial capital of the nation. And as Baal was linked to the killing of children, the abortion capital of America is New York City, has been for years, with a higher rate of abortion there than any other place in America. And it was New York that began and initiated the legalization of the killing of the unborn in America. So what more appropriate place could there be for the Arch to Baal?